Ah, what's up, guys? Ryan here, back with another video with East Coast Athletics. I've been watching the US trials and the Jamaican trials for the past couple of days, and there's been a lot of talk going around as it relates to the Jamaican athletes, and how poor they really looked and everything. And it was kind of hard for me not to say anything about it. I really tried. I tried to just stay like completely away from the track and field scene because I haven't, posted anything in a while. I've been just sitting on the sidelines watching what was going on. And I was busy also. However, that's not the story. The story is what's going on right now. All the talks about Noah Lyles in the 100 and how the Jamaicans don't look good on the male and female side, and a whole bunch of shenanigans. However, as the title says, does Noah stand a chance in the 100? Will he win at the Olympics? Based on what I've seen at the Jamaica trials in the 100, because I'm still watching the Jamaica trials and the US trials. Presently, the 400-meter hurdle is on track, and for the US trials, Sidney McLaughlin is through, which we pretty much know is going to happen. The 400-meter female in Jamaica semifinal just ran as well, so I'm watching both meet at the same time, and it's a whole bunch of stuff going on all in one. But let's get the main thing out of the way. Now, Lyles, I don't think he's gonna win at the Olympics this year. I don't, based on what I've seen in the 100 last night from Kishane and from what I've seen from Seville. I don't think he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make. Well, it's hard to say he's not gonna make the top three. Maybe one American will be in the top three, but I don't think he's gonna win. I really don't think he's gonna win, and that's pretty much based on the execution of the athletes in the finals at the Jamaican trials. They pretty much executed a great race. Kishane pretty much eased up for the last 20 meters, still ran 9.77. Now Lyles have not ran 9.7 up to this point. And running 9.7 and easing up, in my opinion, shows that you're the superior athlete. And it's not as if he didn't have competition. He did have competition from Seville. So Seville got a pretty decent start. Not his best start, but a decent start. And, they ran a pretty good race. Now, Lyles, I don't think he's ready for that 100. I think maybe the 200, but he's not ready for the 100. He needs he needs to train a little bit harder. The 100 is not his thing. I think he needs to stick to the 200. That's my personal opinion. I think he needs to stick to the 200, not the 100. On the female side, everybody spoke about how Sharika Jackson look. That's the talk going around town. She put on a whole lot of weight. She's fat, and she's no longer fast. She's not gonna medal at the Olympics. That's the talk going around town. However, being an athlete for quite a few years taught me one thing. You have to trust your coach. And while she was interviewing last night after the finals, of the 100, she said that the main thing was to trust her coach, trust the training, and keep working, which that's something that the audience wouldn't understand. The audience pretty much goes off what they see. So, if they expect to see great performance all the time, however, that's not the case, right? No athlete is on top all the time, right? Shelly Ann Fraser, she made the team as well. She is, in my opinion, the greatest female sprinter of all time, regardless of the fact that she don't have the world record. To me, that doesn't mean anything. I think she is the greatest female sprinter, right? And at age 57, going 58, she's still making the Olympic team. That is something that I don't think a lot of athletes can do. I can only recall one, and it's a male athlete that had run for that long. Well, Gatlin on the male side, and you have Kim Collins. Well, so too, right? That have ran for that long, and that's on the male side. So she's doing, you know, she's been doing a pretty good job over the years. Constantly making the finals, medaling, and she when she was doing an interview, she was very precise about how things are going, right now, as if things weren't going that well earlier on in the season. How grateful she is to have made the finals and made the team again. So that only tells me that she may have had, a few, niggles, a few little injuries earlier on in the season that kind of, you know, throw her off a little bit, but it seems like she's back on her game. It was clear that Elaine Thompson was hurt as well. So that's another thing. That's one Jamaican that is not in, that was supposed to be in the finals, but is not in the finals. So technically, we're down one, but the other girls in the race stepped up and they're delivering. So that in itself shows the depth of Jamaican sprinting. And a lot of people might argue that Jamaica is not the sprint capital of the world, but I personally think that it is. I think that Jamaica based on its size, Jamaica have produced numerous sprinters over the years that has been able to compete on the world stage. So I think Jamaica should be crowned sprint capital of the world. I mean, I think America would disagree, or a lot of Americans would disagree, but that's just my take on it. Again, Sharika is going to Paris. Shelly Ann is going to Paris. And another, I don't know if you guys are aware or know about the twins from Edwin Island. They've been flying under the radar for quite some time now. I think maybe they were injured or something, or one or two of them were injured. But now, they're emerging. As you can see, one of them is now on the team. So I think it's Tia Clayton is on the team. She took second, Shelly Ann took third, and Sherika Jackson won. So everybody under everybody under 11 seconds, if I remember correctly, and they're pretty much going to Paris. But we all know they're taking 6, maybe more, but most of the time they take 6. The 200 meter for but before I even get to the 200 meter, the 100 meter times Jamaican times compared to the American times, you can see the difference. On the male side, the Jamaican times are faster. On the female side, the times are faster or are the same. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the winning time for the US was 10:84. And I think it was the same for Sharika, but the flash time was 10:79. Right? With a horrible start. So with that start, if Sharika is able to clean that start up between now and the Olympics, then it's gonna make a world of a difference. So I'm thinking 10:70 or maybe 10:69 possibly. So that's gonna be something to look forward to. The 400 is another interesting race to look forward to. Let me turn this down for a little bit. Yeah, the 400 meter females is another race to look forward to because we have that young collegiate athlete that just ran 48.9 at the NCAA championship. She is the current record holder in the 400. So she looks pretty poised, pretty relaxed. And she did her thing. She's through to the finals, not doing too much work. So I think that's a race to look forward to. And I think that race is going to be tomorrow. Yeah, that race is going to be tomorrow. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go live tomorrow and talk about that race because I'm going to be busy. But that's one to see. The 200 meter females, I'm excited to see what time the Jamaican 200 meter athletes are going to run because Gabby from the US literally just won the female 200 with a time of 21:08. Second place was 21:90. Third place was 21:91. So it was fairly close. I think she ran 21:07 yesterday. Yeah, to make it to the finals. However, it makes me think a little bit because if you run a faster time in the semifinals and then come back to the finals and run a slower time, that's kind of iffy. And the reason why I say it's iffy is because at your country's Olympic trials, the competition is high, but it's not as high as the Olympics. So with that being said, with less pressure, you run a faster time in the semifinals. But with more pressure, you run a slower time. So when you get to the Olympics and get to the finals, there's going to be even more pressure. So what are the chances that you're going to be able to deliver a similar time? It's kind of iffy, right? Not to say that she's not a great athlete, because she is. My uncle, he's always talking about her, how great she is as an athlete. But my personal opinion, I think she's not ready for that high level of pressure, because if she runs slower with pressure, I think that's going to be a problem. But I guess that comes with experience. The more experience she get, then the faster she'll be able to run under pressure. You know, Sharika Jackson, she's been running the 200 for quite a while now. Like she has ran the 400 for a couple years. She medaled at the Olympics, I think at the Olympics or World Championship, in the 400 before stepping down to the 2 and the 1. So I think she knows what she's doing, and I'm not worried about her at all. I think she will deliver on the day, because the main goal, based on my understanding, based on our interview, was just to qualify for the Olympics at this point in time. Compete at the trials, qualify, right? Top 3 is qualification. And then when they get to the Olympics, then they take care of business, right? Unfortunately, or I wouldn't say unfortunately, however, she won. So winning with a pretty good time, in my opinion, is a plus. Or winning with a time that's similar to your rivals, that's a good thing. So, I mean, I guess we have to wait for tomorrow to see. But the 200 meter men, I also think that's gonna be a tough one for Noah Lyles as well. I haven't seen the Jamaican 200 meter athletes run yet. I think they should be running the semifinal today, and then they're gonna run the finals tomorrow. I haven't seen the race yet, but I really don't think that Noah Lyles is gonna have it easy. I don't think he's gonna have it easy in the 200, and he's in the 100, and he's not gonna have it easy in the 200. And I think one of his main challenges is gonna come from his teammate. Somebody just shoot me a text saying that the new superstar is Kishane. Well, the picture that he sent have Kishane and Seville in it. Okay, Mr. Jackson, I hear you. I mean, he looks pretty good throughout the rounds, and he looked good in the finals. Even though, from my understanding, the coach said that they were harassing him, testing him a whole lot and all of that. So, with having to deal with all of that, not getting enough rest, and still come back and run 977, that speaks for itself. Because when you're competing at that high level, rest is very important. And if he didn't get enough rest and still come out and run that time, that shows that he's in really good shape and he's ready to do great things. He didn't, and that's one thing I didn't even talk about. After running the race, he didn't even stop to celebrate for a second. He ran straight to the warm-up track to cool down. He did not talk to the media. He didn't do none of that. Straight to the warm-up track. In my opinion, some people are saying like he didn't know what to say. That's the reason why he didn't, talk to the media. However, I think that he's just all about business. He came out, took care of business, and he's like, I don't want to talk to anyone. When I get back to the warm-up track, cool down, and call the night. I'm done. I've already did what I'm supposed to do, and that's it. I'm out of here. But I mean, teach his own. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I think that he's on game, like he's ready. We just gotta wait to see what he delivers at the Olympics. But I think that Noah's he's not gonna have it easy. He's a showman. He showboats a lot. However, when you do all that, you got to back it up. And where that is concerned, he's going to have some serious work to do. In the 200, Kenny is looking really, really good. Kenny's looking good. Kenny's looking so relaxed, running so easy. Because I watched him yesterday. Like, he qualified so easily, like smooth. Executed his race perfectly. And it's as if he's not even running the first half of his race hard. Like, he's taking it easy. Like, he's just cruising through. Just doing enough to qualify. That's how Kenny looked to me. I mean, I guess his Kung Fu training is paying off. That's why they call him Kung Fu Kenny. In Knighton, he has ran fast times in the past, so it won't be something new for him to step up and run some good times going forward, which means in the finals and when you get to the Olympics, right? Because him and Noah have been going at it for like the past 2 or 3 years. So, as I said, it's not new. But I really want to see what the Jamaican men are gonna do in the 200. I think that's kind of where I'm at right now in terms of like analyzing how well Jamaica will do, because in the 400-meter hurdles, looking good. In the 100, men and women, we're looking good. And in the 400, we're definitely looking good because we have one of the fastest times for the season, right? I think her name is Price. So we're looking good overall in terms of medals on the track, right? I think we're looking really good when it comes to, coming home with a decent amount of medals on the track. Men 100, men 200, women 400. Men 400 also is pretty good. 44.4 is good. That's a solid 400-meter time. That time will definitely, in my opinion, make the finals if he's able to reproduce that. And I can't remember his name. I think his name is Watson. So with those events, the men 4, women 4, men 100, women 100, those are 4 solid events that I think Jamaica could definitely, not can, but I think will definitely medal in. The 400-meter hurdles, great possibility that they'll medal in that as well. Russell always deliver. I didn't get the chance to watch the 400-meter hurdles female. However, from what I've heard based on interviews, they've been doing pretty well. So I'm just waiting to see the finals, and then I can make some more predictions from there. But I think the Jamaica team is looking good despite all the negatives that has been swirling around throughout the season, saying that they're not in good shape. Some people are fat. They don't know what the coaches are doing. These athletes are trusting their coaches. And when it comes to Jamaicans, I think a lot of people don't understand that they don't race every single weekend. And that's the main thing. That one of the reasons why the Americans are so sharp. They're sharp because a lot of the athletes that go out and make the U.S. Olympic team on the track, they are competing throughout the season in the NCAA meets. So a lot of them are collegiate athletes, right? So in college, you pretty much run every single weekend. Every weekend. So being race ready won't be a problem for any athlete that trains in the US. So whether you're a collegiate athlete or you're a professional athlete and you're based in the US, you're gonna compete very often. You're gonna run either every week or every other week if your coach allow you to do that. And when you're in college, it's not optional. You have to compete almost every week or every other week because you're competing for your university. So it's different, right? While in Jamaica, everything is scheduled, right? You know, your background training is set up in a certain way. You get loaded a certain way if you guys understand the term loading, right? They try to peak you for a certain time. Everything is planned. Not to say in the US it's not planned, but it's more strategic when you don't have as much races to run. So everything in terms of training have to be precise and on point when it comes to getting the athletes ready for these championships or for these trials. The coaches have to really put a lot of work in order to make sure that they peak at the right time. And I also watched an interview where Francis, that's Stephen Francis, spoke about, you know, how the athletes have improved over the past month and a half, and a lot of them they kept working despite what everybody was saying, and even the guy that was conducting the interview was, really pushing the point about, everybody kept saying that the athletes are loaded, they look fat, what's going on, if he did anything different, but I think Sharika Jackson answered that question in our interview. It's all about trusting the coaches. That's all it is about. Trusting the coaches, allowing them to do their job. And once the athlete is able to do that, then the results will come. I've even had a friend that he was like, I don't know what's going on with the Jamaica team. Oh, everybody look fat. And I was like, listen, they might look however you think they look, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to perform when the time comes. It's all about proper timing. They could be loaded right now or a month ago, but now come the trial time, they're ready. And they're going to be ready for Olympics. It's not, I don't think that's an if or a but. Jamaicans are always ready. So I don't think there's any question, where that is concerned. The big question is, will Noah Lyles get goal in the 1 and the 2 as he think he will? Again, as he think he will, because I don't think he will. I think it's all talk. I think he's ahead of himself a little bit. He got talent. He's confident. But you got to be running a little bit faster than that to be cocky, which I think he is also. He needs to be running a little bit faster. Maybe if he ran 1075 or 1074, then it would be like, okay, all right. He's the only person running that time, but he's still in the ballpark of everybody else. 9.83, 9.84, 9.82. I mean, he's right there. Everybody's in the same ballpark. So what make you think that you're the only person that's going to stand out on the day? You don't think everybody's going to come there ready to show up and show out? Everybody will. So with that being said, I mean, I'm going to go with the person who has the faster time. And that's the two Jamaicans. he's gonna have to prove me wrong. But at this point in time, I'm giving him third. That's what I'm giving him on the 100, third. There's even a great possibility for Curly to get third instead of Lyles in the 100. I think Lyles need to stick to the 2. I mean, that's my opinion, but which I'm entitled to. But the 100, he's not ready yet. He's not ready. Really not ready. Maybe in a few years. I think he's just, you know what I really think? I think he's so fascinated by Bolt that he's trying to do everything that Bolt does. Think about it. Bolt was only running the 2. Well, he was running the 2 and the 4. And then he started running only the 2. And then he started running the 1, which now Lyles was running the 2. And then now he start running the 1. See a pattern? Yeah. Yeah, I think he's really trying to be like Bolt. Well, I mean, everybody's comparing themselves to Bolt these days. Everybody. And not to mention the Botswana kid. He's still out there. Nobody's paying attention to him, right? You never know. But let me check this. Let's check the schedule real quick to see if the semifinal of the men 400 is going to be running. Okay. All right, here we go. I think this is the schedule. Oh, and one other athlete that I forgot to talk about, Amar McLeod. McLeod is doing pretty well. I don't know if you guys could hear me, if the headphones are on or off. But yeah, Amar McLeod did pretty good in the hurdles. I didn't get to look at the results, but he's back. He's doing pretty good. I think for tonight, they already ran. They already ran the semifinal of the 400-meter hurdle. So I guess that's pretty much it for tonight. I don't think they'll be running. And it's often thought that they'll be running anything else for tonight. Maybe just a few distance races, but yeah. I think the U.S. needs to watch out because all this talk, the Jamaicans are ready. I mean, they have always been ready, but everybody thought that they just fell off the map or something. But I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I'm going to end this live stream here. Hopefully, if I'm not super busy for tomorrow, well, yeah, I might be busy tomorrow, but I'll definitely be doing a few more live streams going forward because as we move into, the Olympic upcoming Olympic, I'll definitely be analyzing and watching a few more races. And I think I'll definitely do another live stream as it relates to the final day of each trials, which is the US trials and the Jamaican trials. So I'm definitely going to do that because I think the results from the 200, a lot of people want like a kind of like a technical analysis of that. So I'm definitely going to talk about that. I might also try to bring on a guest. I might do things a little different. Bring on a guest so we could talk about a few of the athletes that we shared difference in opinion about. So you guys will definitely be able to chime in on that as well. So yeah, but until next time, it's your boy Ryan here with East Coast Athletics signing out. Peace.